Okay, today I'm going to show you guys how to create posts for your dog's ears and then how to post your puppy's ears for the first time. These are the posts that I make. I usually have a soft spot here and my zip tie up here. Some other items that you might need: medium 1/2 inch backer rod, sports tape, zip ties. I like to get the heavy duty kind. They usually look like that. Super 77 glue, Walmart, super easy. And the glue for removal can be Unisolv, but can also be baby oil or warm water. Of course, scissors. So one of the first things I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab my tape and I'm going to make them in different sizes. So basically I take the tape and I cut 13 to 15 inch pieces of tape all the way down. I'll cut a couple pieces that are about 4 inches long too. And then a couple that are like 2 inches long. And I just have them on standby while I do the puppy ears. All right, so now that you have your puppy, you're going to make sure that there's no open wounds on their ears. If their ears don't have any scabs, no swelling, redness, or anything like that, then that means that they're ready to post. So the first thing I do, you're loving the puppy. Okay. As I go and I take my zip ties and I cut the ends off. Okay. There's a rounded part and a not rounded part. I do this with 2 zip ties, 1 for each ear. Then I go ahead and take 2 pieces of backer rod, let's say about 1.5 inches long. I take the backer rod and I cut it down the center like this. I do this with both of them. And then I take this piece and I stick it in the center. This is what it should look like. Then I take one of my large pieces of tape and I put it flat on the ground. And I take my piece and I lay it in the center. Once I get it in the center, I fold it over. And I press it together. It would look like this. I'm not going to use all this. I'll be cutting it off, so it's okay if it isn't quite the right size. Then I'm going to take my Super 77 and I'm going to spray it on one side. Okay, this is the part that's going to go inside the puppy's ear, okay? Okay, so once you get it nice and sprayed down with glue, especially on the bottom part, you take your dog and you're going to see this little pocket here at the bottom part of the ear. Okay, that's where you're going to put the soft part of your rod. Okay, so I'm going to take this, and yes, it has glue on it, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to press it. Well, let me go ahead and pin it down so I can get a better angle. I'm going to press it inside of the pocket. So I'm going to push it as far down as it goes, and I'm going to pull his ear as high as I can get it without hurting, but pretty high. Okay. Then I'm going to squeeze around it just to make sure, and it does get a little sticky, that it's nice and secure in there, which to me it looks very secure. So I'm going to go ahead and grab one of my medium pieces. So this is one of my medium pieces. And I'm going to stick it to the inside of the post. Like this. I'm going to hold the post And I'm going to wrap it with the ear, not against it. So, with the ear. So once you have it on, it should look like this. Stay still. Okay? So this bottom part is secure. On this side, you just have the ear. Okay? But I'm going to go ahead and cut the, hold on. I'm going to cut the remaining part of this off. So you won't see any of that. I'm going to grab the top of his ear to protect it. Cut it so it looks like this. And I'm actually going to fold these pieces in. Hold on. Like so. To press them over the ear to protect the tip of the ear. Once I have it on there and it's been pressed, I'm going to take one of my small, like 2-inch pieces, this one, and I'm going to go ahead and wrap the tip of the ear to protect it. So the post all together should look like this. Okay? And on this side, it should look like that. And then I'm going to repeat the process on this side. I already have the second one already ready. I'm going to turn the puppy around to the opposite direction, and I'm going to do the same thing. Now, some dogs, they don't like to be held down, so they act a little crazy. This one, he seems to be okay as long as he has something to chew on. So I'm going to give him a piece to chew on. You all right, baby? Second, I'm going to take it and I'm going to shove it inside that little part as high as I can, as deep as I can get it, but I'm going to pull his ear up as high as I can get it. Pull this around like that. Cut off the remaining part. Go to take my medium piece. I'm going to wrap it around the bottom with the ear, not against it. Wrap it with the ear. I'm going to fold in my tip to protect the tip of his ears. So again, let's get another look at that. When I fold in the tip, it looks like this. Okay. Then I take my smaller piece, my 2-incher, and I go ahead and tape the tip just to protect it. And then squeeze. Nothing crazy. This tape usually is not very sticky until it heats up, and then it gets more secure. So then I have a Doberman with the ears taped. But it still doesn't look quite right. I think I need a bridge for this guy. So that's where this big piece comes in. Actually, that piece looks a little bit small, so I might even take a bigger piece. So for my bridge, I'm just going to measure based on what I think. Something like that. I can cut off any excess that I don't need, but excess that I don't. Put a piece here. I try not to let it touch the top of the head too much. And I bring it around. Secure it in the center. And then I cut off anything that doesn't match, I guess. And that's the ear taping.